Going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy right here, MMA Reloaded. We are live on this 15th episode of MMA Reloaded Real Talk, the show where we talk real, we never lie, cheat, or steal. Folks, let me just holler at you lot for 2 seconds because it's a historic edition here, man. Not only is it the 15th episode of MMA Reloaded Real Talk, but it is fight night tonight, and we get our first glance at UFC Fight Island live from Abu Dhabi, man. Hashtag visit Abu Dhabi. That place is paradise. I've been there 3 times myself. Yeah, I love it, and the fighters are gonna love it. Except they're gonna be fucking boiling, man. They're gonna be boiling. It's about 80 degrees for all y'all there in the US. That's 80 degrees. For us lot here in the UK, it's about 40, 45. Yeah, that place is hot as fuck. All right, and I'm gonna tell you that right now, folks. Today, folks, on the most unfiltered, the most unscripted podcast on the air today, MMA Reloaded Real Talk, folks. After sitting with New Mexico's finest young lions of MMA today. Yeah, Jerome Renegade Rivera, who's bursting onto the UFC and will burst onto the UFC scene after his contender appearance coming up August the 15th. And the Silver City Strangler, Josiah Reyes, is also, I've also sat with him, and folks, Josiah Reyes is undefeated. He knows his business, trust me. Yeah, a BJJ coach. He's learned from some of the best over there in Santa Fe, like Angelo Sanchez, Josiah Reyes, folks. And now we sit with another Silver City phenom, unbeaten, 6-0. Featherweight, yeah, he's a real badass in the game today. He's hungry as shit, man. His name is Jess Martinez, the Vanilla Gorilla. Man, this boy is something else, folks. If you see the size of him, you would think he's just a stand-up fighter with power upon power. But you'll be surprised what this kid is all about. And folks, I hope that we dig into that today, and we're gonna dig into that tonight. Yeah, and if you're ready for Fight Island, MMA Reloaded, and UFC 251 here tonight, yeah, give me a hell yeah. Hell yeah. Come on. You know what, folks? Also, shout out to, since it is the 15th episode of MMA Reloaded Real Talk, I would like to give a shout out to my 15 guests. Yeah, started off with Anthony Andrikawani, Jerome Renegade Rivera, Gifted Gabriel Green, Mr. Nice Guy, and Mr. Sweet Chin Music Kevin Worth, Johnny Munoz, and we did Tan Lee, which I was so gassed, and I had the chance to chat with Tan Lee. You know, guys, we done sat with a fellow writer in Brian Truland. I've had the opportunity, folks, to get to know some of these guys, you know, outside of MMA Reloaded Real Talk, messaging them up. Yeah, and folks, I have to say, it's been a pleasure doing these podcasts. It's been a pleasure entertaining you guys while we're in the situation we're in as a world with COVID-19. This virus is not over, folks. Don't let all these reopenings fool you. It is not over. Yeah, so the UFC is entertaining us. MMA Reloaded is also entertaining you guys too, man. And I will continue to entertain you guys. And tonight, folks, I have to say, leading into the fights, yeah, MMA Reloaded Real Talk tonight will not disappoint. It never disappoints. And I guarantee it will not disappoint. folks, we are just about 5 minutes away from Jess Martinez coming on to the show. I'm fucking excited about this one, man. And folks, as I just explained, tonight, folks, it's not just about the 3 championship matches. It's not about just the 3 championship fights, folks. It's about everything, man. It's about the whole card is special, from the prelims to the debut of Yuri Prohaska, who is a former rising light heavyweight champion, folks. You know he's going to be tough, man. Rising, of course, the resurrective idea of Pride FC. Although there won't be another Pride FC. But I think that's what Rising tried to accomplish. Yuri Prohaska, of course, came out of that light heavyweight champion. He's a very impressive athlete, folks. No doubt about that. Is Yuri Prohaska. And folks, we are almost set and ready. I'm excited for this one, man. This one is going to be the one tonight. Sorry about the typing and that, you know what I mean? Like, just folks, it is gonna be. I'm excited about this one, man. No doubt about it. So, folks, of course, we've got to do our usual communication shit. You know what I mean? Oh man, tonight, folks, the Nigerian Nightmare versus Gamebred, Jorge Masvidal versus Kamaru Usman for the welterweight championship. Folks, it is not going to be pretty, that one, man. That one's going to be a world-class fight, bro. And will we have a new... Will we crown a new champion tonight? Now, stylistically, folks, if we break that down, and of course, I will break it down with Jess as well. If we break that down, yeah, let's just fucking break it. Kamaru Usman, wrestling, yeah, has overwhelmed every opponent. And it overwhelms every opponent. He times it. His game plans are so stylistic. His boxing, his stand-up has improved all around. Not just with his hands, but now he's learning how to control his distance and move in when it counts for him. Yeah, and I think what we're gonna see from Kamaru Usman tonight is like, old school fans of MMA. We're gonna see the best being brought out of Kamaru Usman, and we're gonna see the absolute best being brought out of Jorge Masvidal. Folks, this one is going to be beautiful to watch. The BMF, Jorge Masvidal versus the Nigerian Nightmare, Kamaru Usman. Jose Aldo, folks, versus Petr Yan. And I think people are counting out Jose Aldo here because of who Petr Yan is. Now, folks, Jose Aldo is one of the greatest fighters of all time. Yeah, and don't forget, he was the only featherweight champ for a long time. Yeah, before Conor McGregor beat him. He was the only champ for a while, yeah? And I think he set the stage for that 145 division. Now he wants to set it for 135. When he's on point, he can produce brilliance. And I think tonight we will see a very technical striking fight between those two guys. And folks, hold that thought. Jess Martinez is just about ready, folks, to come on. And let's do this, man. I'm looking forward to this. Yo, Jess, I can't hear you, my bro. I can't hear you, man. Hold up. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, I think we're
What's
in there.
going on? Jess Martinez, ladies and gentlemen, the gorilla.
Hey, what's going on, my brother? What's going on, guys?
Man? First of all, my bro, welcome to the show, my bro. MMA Reload and Raw Talk, episode 15 with Jess Martinez, ladies and gentlemen. You know what, Jess, bro? First of all, man, how you been, man? How's it hanging coming out of lockdown and coming out in this coronavirus, man?
Good. Everything's been chill. I mean, I got a little bit injured before coronavirus, so I was chilling a little bit before coronavirus, just doing physical therapy. And oh, we still there? My bad.
Yeah, I'm still here, man.
But yeah, I've just been chilling. I've been running the gym for my dad more than anything. Everything opened up, and I kind of just been running the dad for my gym, Superior Fitness down here. And yeah, it's definitely been weird though. I mean, I chilled on the couch for like 2 weeks, and I was like, all right, I got to do something. Yeah, it gave me a chance for my body to really catch back up though. I don't know. I'm not really open about anything as far as MMA because I like to keep things kind of myself, especially injuries. You never know who's scoping you. But last August, I got a pretty bad injury that surgery was optional. I'm scared of surgery, so I didn't get it. And I've just been going through physical therapy. I mean, I was slinged up for a good 4 months. Yeah. And then I probably really wasn't even cleared until quarantine hit. And then quarantine kind of hit. And yeah, it was kind of, everything got weird, you know? Everything kind of still is weird. They might even shut us back 2 weeks. Like I said, I'm running a gym down here in Santa Fe. And yeah, I think it's just a little weird for sure.
Bro, that fucking sucks, man. Bro, that fucking sucks, man. Being injured right before quarantine, bro, it kind of, man. And, bro, you're on a roll, man, right now. My 6-0, yeah. Let's talk about that, man. Yeah, because I believe, yeah, bro. I mean, quarantine ain't going nowhere, man. That shit is it's like a tick, bro. It's gonna stick with you.
Yeah, it's ticking. I thought during the summer, COVID would have kind of burned away or whatever. I don't even know. Got to kind of do the research there. But yeah, I mean, as far as being 6-0, I mean, it's cool. I enjoy this game. I stepped into it as a hobby. I mean, if you've looked at any of my interviews when I was younger, they would kind of ask me like what I do in my free time. And I would kind of pause because it's like, shit, I roll jujitsu or hit the bag or do. That's the thing. The jujitsu, the MMA, this whole lifestyle, even being in the gym, it's all a lifestyle, and I like this. Yeah, I enjoy it for sure.
Well,
but yeah, I kind of even 6-0. I was trying to stack up my record, and yeah, this stuff happened, and my shoulder blew out. Now this happened. It's like, it kind of feels like I'm on a hiatus. That's why I'm kind of even glad you hit me up or even have me in mind. It's kind of an honor, you know, I haven't fought in a good year, and to even be in the picture, be considered in the game still, it feels awesome. It means I've done something right a little bit, you know?
I mean, bro, you've done more than something right, man. I mean, just to be in the game, yeah, and to make a reputation, to be notable, yeah, in any form of the imagination, yeah, is something that means you've done something right, man. And let me just holler at you, man, because I love talking with guys like you, bro. I've talked with Jerome Rivera. I've talked with Josiah Reyes, bro. Yeah, and they both talk so highly of you, man. Yeah, and they both talk so highly of you, bro. And of course, that's why I hit you up. And after they gave me your name, I was doing my research there, bro. I was like, who's Jess Martinez, man? I gotta check this guy out up here, man. So but
those are my boys, so of course they're gonna try to put me on and stuff. But I mean, those two guys are beasts in their own right. I mean, I know my stand-up wouldn't be half of where it's at if it wasn't for Jerome. And then, I mean, all of us, we have just such a good tight bond and connection. We keep each other humble. We keep each other hungry. We keep each other on our toes. a good bond. I love it here. That's the thing too. It's we don't really have a team name or anything. We're just training down here in Santa Fe, busting ass. You know, we have our gyms that we train at. And yeah, it's cool. We feel it feels cool to be like kind of the originators of something kind of going in Santa Fe, even though New Mexico and MMA, it's been around for so long. You know, with Jerome almost making it to UFC, which he's about to probably get that contract soon. I don't know no reason why not. But he's gonna be probably, I think, the fourth or fifth, maybe even sixth person out of Santa Fe to get into the UFC. And I mean, that's just bad. Everyone knows about Albuquerque and all the rest of New Mexico's Mecca. Yeah. But just to do that out of Santa Fe, you said it's special. I think there's only 500 athletes in UFC right now. That's like I don't even know the exact number, but that's the 1%. Just like NFL and NBA and all these other sports, you're fucking 1%er if you make it to that UFC spotlight. You know what I mean? You're high caliber.
And that's what I was gonna say, bro. Is bro, everyone knows about Albuquerque, bro. Yeah, Greg Jackson's the whole joint. Yeah, but there's so much more than that. Yeah, you guys, yeah, are the future of MMA, bro. Yeah, and there's so much talent out there, man. Right now, there are guys who have made it and are still making it coming out of New Mexico, bro. But Santa Fe, in my opinion, bro, and just having a chance to chat with you guys, yeah, that gives me the impression, it gives the fans the impression that's what you call embracing the grind, bro. You bust your ass, yeah, and you go for it. You know what I mean? Yeah, you're the opportunist, man.
Yes, sir. Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, we're going through the ropes for ourselves. Everyone has their own little journeys, bumps and bruises through the road. I mean, I got lucky enough to injure myself during training. Jerome injured himself during a fight. It's just, I had there at that fight. It's just, you know, I got, even during when I was injured, I got the chance to kind of look at my plan B and C, because I was putting all my eggs in one basket as far as fighting. And it gave me a chance to step back and kind of see, like, all right, my body might blow out, because I am kind of reckless even when I fight or when I train, you know. It's like, okay, this will end one day. Like, this shit could actually stop, you know. So it made me a lot conscious even of how I trained, being more safer and more stable. Yeah, it sucked too, because even when I blew or messed up my injury or whatever, I was out of state when that happened, training at a whole nother academy. So it was like, that's what I get for not training with my boys.
Oh shit, bro. Man. I mean, just let's just training out of Santa Fe, bro, and of course now at Superior Fitness. But you're amongst, like, as we were just saying, yeah, you're amongst some of the greatest in the sport today. When we talk about Albuquerque and of course Lions, in the Lions Den in Santa Fe. But how do you feel? How do you feel when people ask you about how do you feel? How does it feel to train with these guys? How does it feel to learn and pick up? And do they bring the best out of you and all that?
Well, that's the thing too. As far as my teammates, they always bring in the best out of me. But then too, like you said, New Mexico's Mecca is so big. I was down here. I started jiu-jitsu in 5th grade. I started with Alberto Crane. He brought it from Brazil here. And I mean, I got kind of not passed through coaches, but I got to see all the different instructors and how they taught. And it just all molded on me. And it's just, I don't know, just the opportunity, like you said, all these guys that come out of here. It's like, I don't know, it's just an honor. It's a real surreal feeling. Like, I don't really think about it much. Like you said, I just kind of live the lifestyle. But like, when I think about it, like sitting here now, it's like, it's just such an honor. Even from where I've began to where I'm now, it's just crazy. Like, I wouldn't even think I would be as good as a fighter as I am now, honestly. Like, even the people I've met. And then as far as really going out of my bubble, like going to Latrell's and visiting and going over at Jackson's, you get different point of views from different fighters, and you can see where there's fighters in the fighter gyms, and then there's the mixed martial artist gyms and jiu-jitsu. You can feel all the different egos and you can see that. And I think that's something awesome too, because I mean, eventually I kind of want to have my own gym. I kind of already do with my dad owning this sucker, but it's like you get to see what you want for your own gym also, you know, what kind of vibe you're trying to bring out and present. Yeah, like you go to Latrell's, it's a fighter kind of gym. You get that vibe, like we're going to get it. You go to Jackson's, you get that. You get a mixed martial arts feeling in both of them, but you get like a mixed martial arts feeling at Jackson's where you see all this different slews of people, you know. But Latrell's, I like that place because it has their base. They have their people, they have their core people, and they're consistent. They stay consistent on their fundamentals and everything. But yeah.
Yeah. And you spent time at the Santa Fe Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Academy as well, right?
Yes, sir. That was my first place I ever started. Like I said, 5th grade, I was doing jits. I came up here one summer, and actually my dad was the personal trainer for Alberto Crane, strength and conditioning. I don't know if you know that. That's the second American to take worlds in Brazil right after BJ Penn.
I know.
That's who gave me my first jiu-jitsu lesson ever. He has a legacy Brazilian jiu-jitsu down in California now, but he's a huge mentor of mine. But even him, that's what I mean. Just all the people I've met, just from him and every other person, people have introduced me into the game. Like just from Alberto, I met Barata, Romeo. I've seen Rafael Lovato and Tusa and Romeo roll in a gym in a 3-way tournament. Like most people don't see shit like that, you know? Yeah, it's a trip to think, like to even be doing the interview or even be compared with any fighter from New Mexico, because I look up to all the fighters from New Mexico, from Holly Holm to Carlos Condit to Diego Brandel, Sanchez, John Jones, anyone who's representing New Mexico, shit, I'm with them 100%, you know what I mean? And it just feels good to even be placed on that same pedestal with them. Like, I appreciate you. You have no clue. It's crazy thinking about it now, you know?
This is why, yeah, Jess, I love fucking talking with you guys, man. Because, bro, even when I talk with Jerome, yeah, you guys have like 9 to 5 day jobs, bro, and along with your fighting, and you know, you're humble. You're humble, bro. You're respectful. You earn a living like every other person in the fucking world today, man. Yeah, and along with that,
a lot of fighters are like that too, man. It's I kind of a couple weeks ago I heard Dana say that fighting isn't a career job, but shit, man, my balls, everything into it like it is, man. I'm telling you, it's for him to say that. I'm like, fuck, that it's not an insult, but it's like I get it, but fuck, people are putting their literal lives into this profession, you know.
And in my opinion, yeah, bro, why he said that, yeah, is like a kick up your ass, man. Yeah, it's like a lighting a fire in your ass. Yeah, bro. And these guys, because bro, with Dana White, yeah, bro, I've kind of found this theory about him over the years of watching the UFC. Yeah, bro, and it's like he wants guys to go in there and give it 100% balls to the wall.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and bro, even on the Ultimate Fighter, you kind of see he gets pissed every time he sees a shit fight. Yeah, bro.
Someone, even an inch of them quitting at practice or anything.
Yep.
And that's what it has to be, honestly. I mean, there's dudes that come in off, I mean, are you sure, Josiah, us being here at the academy, there's at least 2 to 3 guys that come in saying they want to fight. Okay, that's cool. But can you even make it through a practice, my man? Like, come on. You know, everyone wants to fight. Everyone loves the fight game, but not everyone loves to train. Not everyone, like these guys you're talking about, Jerome, Josiah, all these guys that are coming up that are hungry. Not many people are dedicated to spending their life in a gym or stuff. These guys are students to the game. You know what I mean? Even me, it makes me want to dig more as far as even studying into stuff, you know? Like Jerome's knowledge as far as the game is impeccable. Josiah, the way he studies, impeccable. Me, I just look at the greats for the most part. That's what I study. Like as far as great boxers, great UFC fighters, and I try to mimic their habits or see how to destroy their habits, whatever. But yeah, I try to mimic those habits whenever I do watch. It's a trip. Those guys are crazy. Yeah.
I mean, it's like you said, bro. I mean, everyone learns a different way, man. I mean, when I talked to Josiah, yeah, when I talked to Josiah, he's like, bro, now I'm doing my homework now. Yeah,
You said,
he goes. I talked to Josiah. He goes, oh, bro, I do my homework now, man. I get tape and everything. But everyone learns a different way now, man, and I think it translates in the way you fight. And you said it best, bro. Yeah, people come into the gym, they want to fight, yeah, but nobody wants to train. Yeah, and in my opinion, yeah, bro, you live for those 15 minutes, 25 minutes you spend in the cage, you live for that in the gym. Yeah, bro. And
yep.
and I think these guys don't understand what the grind is, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people don't. And that's completely all right, because that's what we're meant to do. That's what we kind of get paid the big bucks to do, to introduce this lifestyle to them a little bit. And whenever that bell, that's what I feel like. I like to show people don't really know what I do on my free time, and it's normally training, and I like just went silent on it because it kind of just got old after a while. But it's like, you guys are gonna see me on that big stage. I know where I'm headed. You know what I mean? Yeah. As long as I stay consistent, the separation will be there, and it's just cool that I get to show that art, that nittiness whenever I do get the chance to fight. You know what I mean? Like, just to be able to show, like, it looks easy, but the shit really isn't. But yeah, just to show that is great.
Of course it's not, bro. It's not fucking easy at all. I mean, bro, being undefeated, yeah, and then of course, in my opinion, you're destined right now to have a great career in the sport. Yeah, it might be an opportunity, bro, but right now, I think you're capturing it right now as your career, man. You're grabbing it right now by the balls, and you're going balls to the wall, man. Do you feel pressure when you come into fight, Jess? Because you're not signed to only one promotion, man. You jump and into New Mexico, yeah, and you go fight for different guys, different promotions. Do you feel pressure when you go into a fight, bro? Because nobody knows who you are, or very few people do, and you have to make an impact.
No pressure at all. It's relieving for me, honestly. People not knowing the city I'm from or who I am, they just see this pale face rolling through. That's the thing. I have vitiligo. Most people don't even know, like, I'm Black or African American, you know? So I throw people off completely whenever they meet me or they actually see me, you know? I'm used to kind of that throw off. I'm used to people kind of underestimating me too in the fight game. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of used to kind of being overlooked a little bit. You know what I mean? Even through my whole wrestling career and jiu-jitsu career, I've never really felt favored. So it gives me hunger. It gives me drive. And as far as like when I step into the cage, that pressure is decreased so much compared to my first amateur fights and pro fights. Like, I used to have such crazy adrenaline dumps. Like, now I can't wait for my next fight because I feel more at home in the cage now more than ever. Yeah. Like I said, I'm pissed that injury kind of happened because I was actually looking to go into another contract with another fight, and then that happened, and like promoters are hitting me up and I have to turn them down because I'm injured. It's like somewhat, I don't know, being a fighter with the pride, you get kind of like embarrassed in a way. You're like, fuck, I don't want to be trained on these opportunities. But in my head, it made me mentally stronger, and it made me know that these opportunities are going to come by. And when I do get the opportunity, when that bell does ring for me, hopefully you'll be one to witness. I'll be able to make some magic happen for sure.
I mean, bro. They see you, yeah, bro. Yeah, but you look like a fighter, man. Yeah, there's this sort of like stereotypical shit.
Over the years, brother, they fucking
Over the years.
Take a while. It turns like Quinn Mulhern basically owns this ear. Wrestling owns this ear. They call it I don't know if you know what Portuguese or any at all, but they call it cara juve, which means matte beaten face. Okay. That's what they to say about me back in the day. I had that matte beaten face. You know what I mean? And that's just and from the experience. I mean, like I said, I wouldn't have it any other way. I'll probably be uglier if it wasn't for fighting. You know what I'm saying?
No. The point is, just what I'm trying to make is, bro. I mean, doing it the way you've done, yeah, bro. And of course, in New Mexico, yeah, you have to, and even in your MMA career in general, yeah, bro. Everyone starts from the bottom, yeah,
Yes.
and the more you climb up, yeah, bigger opportunities are gonna come through, and you're not gonna be jumping around into promotions anymore. You're gonna be fighting
Sir.
for big for a big show, legacy, or even the contender, bro. I mean, that's what you're working to. That's what you're striving to, anyway, right?
Yes,
Overall.
sir. I mean, I would like to jump straight to UFC, which would be cool, but I understand there is levels. But that's what I mean. I'm interested to see what my next fight will be in. I'm hoping it's legacy. I'm sure you saw the fight card last night. It was
Damn
a
right.
great card. The whole card was good. It showed the caliber of fighters that are even on the understage that aren't in UFC. Like they're if you're fighting, you're a badass motherfucker. And that's the thing too. The game's changed so much that like now, like before, you kind of had it was a mixed martial arts fight where you had a different martial art, like a wrestler versus the kickboxer. Now that's kind of into the amateur game, and now the pros, it's full on mixed martial artists versus mixed martial artists, like
Oh, yeah.
Jet Li. You know what I mean? There's not everyone. If you, especially in UFC, if you're in UFC, you gotta have all cylinders firing. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. For sure. For sure.
And that, I mean, too along. I think the reason I did kind of, or I have been taking my time with it, and I'm never really gonna be in a rush, is because this game is about perfection, and perfection really isn't reached. I know my moment will come when it comes, and when it comes, I'm gonna take it and run with it. Like once I know my shit drops, there's not gonna be many people that can pick up what I got that I gotta put down. I feel like really good lately, so I do hope I really get a fight. Like I wanted to use this interview more than anything to just kind of reintroduce me to the world a little bit, but I can't reintroduce myself really until I get myself a fight. So any promoters watching this, hit up Jess Martinez 6-0. I'm fucking sign me up. I'm ready to go. Even if it happens to UFC, I'm ready to step up. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I'm ready for whatever opportunities comes my way for sure.
But I will vouch for you, man.
Awesome,
I'll fucking vouch for you, my bro.
Thank you. That's what I mean. Jerome is gonna put on. I'm right behind him, following the path, dude. That's what I mean. He's been busting his ass this camp. I've been trying to help him my best, make sure his jiu-jitsu is firing, and he's been so fucking hungry this whole time. Just all of us has just been so patient, you know. And I feel there's patient fighters out there, but I'm just waiting for the opportunity, man. Like I'm in a blessed game. I ain't in no rush. You know what I'm saying?
Opportunity is coming.
Like quarantine hit and they closed the gym, so I couldn't work out. I was running out of money. I'm blowing into my savings, which you never really want to do. I had to start roofing, and like, fuck, that shit sucked ass being in the hot roof. That's what I mean. Some people have to do this shit though. Like I just feel so privileged just having to worry about my workouts through the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. No, I hear that, man. No, I fucking hear that, bro. Even guys in the UFC right now, like Jeff Neal, bro. Yeah, you're a number 10 welterweight, and you go back to waitering at Outback Steakhouse, bro.
That's what I mean, dude. It's like, dude, we got some hungry dudes out here, the whole world, and it's like, ugh, the world's just in a weird state too right now. Like, even if I were, like, to get a fight now, it has to be UFC or LFA, which I prefer. You know what I mean? But it's like if I go out of state for any other reason, I'm not going to be making any money. I'm losing out on things, and I've already given a lot to the game, and I don't mind giving any much more. But it's just like you think about it, fuck, you gotta. That's who really cleared me up on stuff like that too. Is my dad. He always kind of not made me be just a fighter. I had to be kind of the businessman too, and look at things from the outside box, just not inside the cage. If you know what I mean.
Do you think like bro, earlier on we were talking about plan Bs and plan Cs, yeah, bro,
Sure.
for guys. I mean, just say just in general, yeah. If you know that if a guy knows his fighting career is not gonna last that long, yeah, do you think
Yeah.
coaching is a viable alternative, bro? Because you don't have to go into like a 9 to 5 dead ass job. Yeah, if you have the experience, you got the knowledge to keep on going. I think, bro, go be a coach.
Exactly.
Yeah?
And that's the thing too. During the injury, I just got to coach, and that's just as fun. There's so many different ways to approach the game, you know.
Hell yeah.
And I just feel cool and lucky too that I got to do it kind of early and realize the opportunities I got other besides fighting and trying to get a damn fight contract. I can coach these guys. I can help these guys get better, and that feels awesome too. I mean, just with Josiah, from the day one when he stepped in, just being like a dude that just carries school books, basically, like no muscle definition, nothing, dude. Like you could tell he was just like a jiu-jitsu nerd. Now, woo! I got a second rounds with him sometimes. He kicks hard as fuck.
He's just a beast.
He's a little fucker. Yeah.
He's a fucking beast.
See people grow. It's a cool thing.
Right, man. I love guys like Josiah, man, because I got to talk with Josiah, and she said, and bro, like you guys have interesting stories, man, like with your backgrounds and how you guys got started. Because he was telling me about how he found Angelo Sanchez, bro, at Santa Fe BJJ. I'm assuming you got the same experience there, bro.
Yes, sir. Well, me and Angelo kind of started around the same time. I'm sure you know. Plus, I watched the interviews before, so I kind of, you know. And he was our head instructor. He's always been the head coach for MMA. I don't know if you know who Quinn Mulhern is. His last fight, he was a big story. Well, we were all getting ready for fights. Like for me, I was wrestling in high school, so I always just had that wrestling pedigree that I can present to them. And they always I just got better just from going rounds with them. But yeah, I've helped Angelo get ready for a lot of fights, and I helped Quinn get ready for a lot of fights. And then like kind of, they knew I always wanted to fight, and they just kind of they gave back to me literally. Like I wasn't really getting knockouts or anything. Like if you look at my amateur career, I'm taking you down for the tap. You know what I mean? My knock really didn't start until I started working with Angelo Sanchez, and he is just, his Muay Thai is off the charts. He's a fucking beast. Yeah, I think with the hype, and he was in Bellator, but he had some brutal fights, man. He could probably still fight if he wanted to. That's what I mean. He's just a tank.
Oh, damn right. Yeah, man. Bro, Angelo is one of the greats, bro. Yeah, he's one of the most underrated greats out there, man. In my opinion.
Most underrated. Yes, agreed. And that's the thing. It's just whenever I fight, it feels like I'm representing him and part of what he's done, because he's put so much time and energy in me, man. Even Josiah and Jerome, it's just a trip. And two, like guys like Quinn and Angelo, I've learned off them, and I've seen how they operated and how they got their contracts and how they came up through the game, and I kind of learn off that also. Like, those dudes are just a blessing to have around for sure. They're vets of the game. They were around since like day one. They're the generation before the new generation, you know? And yeah, shout out to Angelo for sure. If Sanai's watching this,
Angelo, man.
Taught me how to be dangerous with the hands.
I'll tag in Angelo in the podcast, bro. So you can see this. I mean, Jess, right now, yeah. Let's move on, yeah, bro, and let's talk about you, man. As a fighter in your fighting career right now, you're at featherweight, bro, at 145. But you're a big guy, man. Yeah, physically, yeah, you're a big guy. Do you see yourself going up weight, like as your career progresses, and Legacy or Cage Fury could be your next stop? Do you think lightweight is the place for you, or do you see yourself still at 145?
My next fight actually was gonna be at 55, because like I was kind of having trouble finding a fight at 145.
Yeah,
because I knew the physicality was there a little bit, But I don't mind cutting weight. It doesn't really matter to me. I can bounce back between the weights. I would prefer 45 though, just because I think it might have been my downfall too a little bit. But I kind of, especially my last 2 fights, I really slowed down on the weightlifting just so I wouldn't have to hurt so much to cut to 45. Like that, those last like 3 to 4 pounds, or I knew it was muscle where I can like feel it sucking out of my hamstrings, and like my fucking tries would like feel like they're cramping, which I mean, I try to stay as scientific as possible with cutting weight too. Like I'm normally trying to eat like the same day weigh-ins, a little fruit or something, to deplete myself at all, just because it's not healthy for the body. But yeah, I would prefer 45 for sure. I want to continue. I want to bring a championship belt to Santa Fe in the featherweight division, whether it's UFC, Legacy, Cage Fury, whatever they want to really offer me. Like I said, I know I've just kind of been on a hiatus for the most part. And I mean, those promoters knew I was kind of injured, but that's what I mean. That quarantine hit, and it's like the fucking whole map tilted, the whole earth kind of tilted for it was still trying to catch itself and find itself back on its feet. You know what I mean? So I'm just kind of being patient. I'm a patient man. I mean, I'm only 26, and you see these grays, man. I'm patient, baby. I'm just waiting.
I'm 26 too, man. Shit. But bro, that's the prime, fam. Yeah, in my opinion, my G, that's the prime of your career right now. Is that at 26 years old, man? And we go back now to cutting weight, bro. It's so important, along with training in the gym and embracing the grind. There, you still have to embrace the grind, cutting down to that fighting weight, bro. And we've seen guys. Yeah, damn right, man. I've seen guys pass away from weight cutting or before their fights. Yeah, Jess. In your opinion, bro, how important is it for a guy to do it the right way? Yeah, and call it when they know they can't cut anymore.
When they can't cut anymore?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. I feel that's so important as far as having your weight cut down. A big part of it is knowing how long too you have to fight. I mean, look at fucking Masvidal here, 6 days. Sometimes you have no choice but to do that drop, but at the same time, okay, you got 6 days. You got to do the math a little bit, man, and you just got to kind of commit. To me, cutting weight is I do it like pretty scientific for the most part, but for me, it's spiritual too. It's kind of like a purifying thing. Like you kind of detoxify your body a little bit, especially for me. When I'm not in fight contract mode or whatever, I'm fucking eating Chick-fil-A and burritos every day. You know what I mean? But once I get enough contract, I'm like, all right, I got to switch up my diet to where I'm feeding myself jet fuel, no more chicken tenders and shit. You know what I mean? So I think of it as just a cleansing, just a body detoxifying cleansing. I mean, fucking Jesus went a couple days without some food and water. I can do it too. We good.
Damn right, man. Fuck, well said, my bro. I mean,
I think it makes fighters tougher though. That's the thing. I've never really had myself completely, my body shut down to where like, sorry about that. So on. All right. I haven't really had my body shut down to where like, oh, it's not dropping anymore. I've always given myself that amount of time where if I know I'm going to have 5 pounds to play with, I'm going to have that 5 pounds to play with day before weigh-ins, not an hour before weigh-ins. You know what I mean?
yeah.
As far as that goes, I don't think there's ever really any excuse not to make weight. If you sign that contract and you say you're going to make that weight, especially because you get a pound in the pros too normally, as long as it's not a championship fight, you make that weight. You got paid
$1 pound. Yeah. I mean, just in like you said, bro, you mentioned a great example with that man with Jorge Masvidal. Yeah, bro, he got 21 pounds to cut in 6 days. Yeah, Jess, and seeing him at the weigh-ins, he didn't look as good on the scale as he did coming in the fight against Nate Diaz. But
he looked good. For that Diaz fight, I mean, Masvidal has never been a physically shredded person as what you get with Usman. Usman's a fucking physical, you know what I mean? So seeing Masvidal kind of with that six-pack and shit going for Diaz, I saw him just a little thicker version of him for this weigh-in. That's what I saw, and I think he's gonna need that thickness for sure. He's a fucking beast though, man. They say he wrestles with Yoel and shit all the time, so I don't know.
Yeah,
It all comes down to the wrestling. This fight comes down if Masvidal can break through that wrestling and doesn't get taken advantage of there, because that's how Usman sets up all his strikes. He makes them. He pressures them with that wrestling pressure. I'm the same exact way. You know, it's like you're not even thinking about the takedown, but they are. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Fuck. I mean, bro, that could be the difference tonight, man. Yeah, Kamaru Usman could fucking set up that wrestling, bro. Yeah, overwhelm Jorge. But Jorge, bro, he's got some sneaky fucking submissions, man. Yeah, and when you're
Jorge has a vet of the game. I think he has a way higher fight IQ. I mean, when Usman was wrestling in Nebraska, Jorge was probably like
Strike Force. Jorge was in Strike Force.
Shit, you know what I mean? Or in the street still fighting. That's what I mean. They just had different come up. And his IQ, I feel, is way higher. And as far as that mental toughness, we'll see who breaks first and stuff. But I think that will come along with how hard Masvidal trains off camp, you know? When I think in the back of his mind, he already did know. But at the same time, when you know you have a fight, it's a different ignition. But at the same time, that street Jesus right there, he probably has that ignition all the time. I'm anxious to see. I'm pumped for this fight. I'm a big fan. I never really used to like Masvidal because he talked a lot of shit on Carlos Condit when they fought. And I was just like, I want to fight this motherfucker.
That's your fellow New Mexican, bro.
I was like, oh shit, we gonna fucking have a war if we fight. I'm gonna have to gain some too. But yeah, I learned to really like Masvidal just because the only reason he talked all that shit, because that's just who he is. Some motherfuckers, it's just who they are. They're shit talkers, and some people are real humble. Like me, I'm never going to try to be a shit talker. I'm always going to hold my humility above anything else. Like my last opponent, he had a lot to say about me, and I just found it weird. You never even met me, brother. Like, how are you talking on me when you've never met me? And then you meet me at weigh-ins and you're talking about how you got sponsors and all this stuff. You're talking about a bunch of shit that's not going to matter once that fucking bell rings. Because once the bell rings, oh, that's what I mean. Round 2, I'm laying in between your legs and you're telling me how good I am. What the fuck is that? I just hate. That's some shit I just hate. I'm not going to be talking shit or nothing. And I'm not even going to mention the dude's name because that's how I felt about him. But it's like, I'm not going to talk no shit unless someone talks shit on me. And even at that, don't talk shit on me if you haven't even known me, because I'm going to make sure you know me after the 15 minutes if you make it long. Fuck. That's the thing. That fight got me a real emotional. I'm sure you can tell now. I don't like people talking shit.
I watched the build-up, bro. I watched the build-up here, and then I watched the fight afterwards here. But because I was following that, man. I followed Victory, man, and that shit was badass shit, man.
Yeah, that was definitely a fight. I like that fight. That was one of my funner ones. My own finishing them, but I learned through that. I learned not to be so emotional, and I basically was just trying to hit the fuck out of him. I wasn't looking for subs or a pass or anything. I was just trying to fucking put my fist straight through his fucking flesh, through his jaw. I remember elbowing him in the ribs a couple times. I didn't care what hitting, really, you know. And that's something I've learned about myself. Every fight, you learn something different about yourself. I know I can't be an emotional fighter because I'm just too fucking reckless in a way. I felt like I could have finished that fight a lot cleaner. I was just trying to go at it. Yeah. So, I mean, I could have not taken so much damage to the face. I just didn't give a fuck that one.
That's what gave you the win, though. That's what gave you the win, man. I wanted to. That question was gonna come later, bro. Yeah, but we can fucking talk it now, man.
Yeah.
You fought the guy, Josh Alter. Yeah, name was there. When you were last year in June, yeah, bro. You went straight into that fight, man. Yeah, and I watched that fight back and back and back, bro. You pushed that pace. Yeah, bro. You pushed that pace big time, yeah, and in the last 2 rounds, and you were on his ass, yeah, bro.
Oh, that's what I mean. I have so much I feel I can offer to the game, and I'm
Yeah,
learning so much that like during those 15 minutes, it really isn't enough time. If I do happen to fight on Jackson's again, I'm gonna have to ask them for 5 rounds because I just have so much I want to introduce to the game. Every time I fight, I feel like a different fighter. You know what I mean?
yeah, man.
I'm so long from just being a grappler to just trying to stand out with people or brawl. I've gotten so technical, and it's just like I want to show my clinch work. I want to show my ground game more, my ground and pound. And yeah, I just can't wait what the future has to hold for even my whole team here. We can't wait for what the future has to hold, and we're just being real patient and ready. We're just keeping it
Yeah.
crispy over
the future's looking fucking bright, man. Yeah, it's looking
here. Yeah,
fucking bright, bro. But yeah, man, fuck. I mean, you went into that fight, man. That was impressive. Yeah, bro. That
and
was fucking.
I knew he was going to be coming aggressive. So
Yeah,
you said dominated or came at him a lot hotter that second or third round. That first round, I knew he was going to be coming hot just because of how much shit he was talking. I mean, you have to have something to prove if you're talking that much shit.
damn
So
right.
I wanted to let that first 30 seconds go to see and what he did. Because like I said, I learned something new every fight. A bad habit that I had with Tony is, I mean, with any fight, I don't give a fuck once that bell rings. I want to go forward. I want that pressure. I want you to feel me. I want the crowd to feel me. I want fucking people watching to feel me. I was pushing so much forward with the Tony that I got my leg eaten up the whole time. I mean, I ended up winning the fight because of my pressure, but just based off that fact, I wanted to let him kind of come out and see what his pressure was like on me and see if I could out counter him or even see what his power strikes were, what he was favoring to lead with. You know what I mean? And it definitely helped me a lot because, I mean, that second round, I kind of came in, I knew what I was going to do. I knew he didn't have nothing to really offer me. I think he got 3 head kicks on me, and that was about it. I didn't even throw my kicking arsenal. That's what I mean. I got so much to offer. I was outboxing him more than anything. If I would have threw my feet on him, it would have been fucking over. But live and learn. We never know what'll happen in the future.
Yeah, man. Fuck yeah, bro. And that's another question I was going to get into now, man. Is that looking at you now, bro, and watching your fights back, yeah, people don't really understand that you were a grappler, man, to base. Yeah, you were a
That's
wrestler and jiu-jitsu.
my
Yeah.
soul. My soul. Like, look, I don't know if we can flip this, but like, I don't know if you can even see the dates on these, but like, those are all Nagasaurus Grapplers Quest belts. Like,
Shit, man.
it says 2007 Vegas Grapplers Quest. When I was a kid, I started just 5th grade. My dad never made me do kids divisions. I did teens divisions. And then when I turned 13, he started making me do men's divisions. And then with me even men's divisions, I faced a lot of like local MMA fighters. So at a young age, I kind of knew it matters what's in the soul, not what's physically there. Because I was a little young dude wearing glasses, going against these grown-ass men, some of them probably getting ready for fights. And I was able to hold my own because I believed in my technique. I believed in what I was training. I believed in what I was doing. My dad always taught me, it don't matter who you're going against, King Kong, anybody, you fucking go and fly at their ass. You know what I mean? And that's how I take every fight. And that's how I've taken it my whole life. And it's worked out so far, you know?
Fucking. That's fucking sick, man. That's fucking sick, bro. Yeah,
Yeah.
like you don't
Too, I
forget
don't
where
know
you
I'll be a problem for anyone. I don't, if it's at 55 or 45, like in my amateur career, I was 55 and I dropped down to the 45 division for my pros because I feel like I could actually make noise in any promotion, whether it be UFC or LFA. I'm talking those ones because I think I can get a strap in either one of them as long as I focus in. You know what I mean? It's all about,
Damn right,
I
man.
just manifest destiny too. You know what I mean?
Fuck yeah. I mean, fuck. Just hold up, just shit. Fuck. Come on. Do that. Select on me. Shit. Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for that, bro. I fucking apologize. Shit. Shit. Oh, fuck. Oh, sorry. I apologize for that shit, man. I don't know what's going on with the fucking internet. Piss take. Yeah. Let me try to get Jess back on the damn show. Trying to Instagram call him, you know what I mean? Oh. Folks, I fucking don't know, man. What the fuck happened? It was I was getting into that, man. Yeah. Well, it's just to end the poddy off. Let me try and get Jess back on there. Let me try and get Jess back on the show. You know. Folks, damn, man. Jess was expressing it off to us, man, and he got cut off. Well, ladies and gentlemen, while I wait for the response from Jess Martinez, what a man, what a scintillating guy he is, man. That was, I mean, bro, I'm not even done yet. I'm not even done with that shit, man. We're talking to him, but man, what? Jess Martinez, ladies and gentlemen, man, that is what you call a real fighter, man. I'm glad. Shout out to Jerome and Josiah for introducing me to him, because bro, if that's how you get to know. There are some killers out there, man. There are some real killers out there. Jess is one of them, man. And I hope Jess rejoins. I hope he rejoins, man. No. Fuck. Yeah, I was fucking looking forward to that one. Folks, don't go anywhere. We will be back soon. What's going on, folks? Damn. Oof. I can't know, man. But ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for that shit. Didn't even see that one coming, man. We've just been having some technical issues throughout, man. But folks, I got to talk to Jess for a good 45, 50 minutes, yeah, and you can see how humble he is, how much he wants to grow, how much he wants to learn, how eager he is to fight. And oh man, that sucks that we got disconnected from Jess. So folks, I guess that is I guess that's all she wrote, man. And unless I swing something and Jess can come down and join us back. Oh man, folks, I don't wanna keep you, man. Shit, I mean, we are just about set for UFC Fight Island to go live there, folks, on UFC Fight Pass. UFC 251 is about to kick off, folks, and so shit, man, I suggest you guys better get ready, sit in your most comfortable recliners, embrace the grind, stay safe, stay real, man. Yeah, guys like Jess Martinez, it is a pleasure. Even though we got pros disconnected, it is a pleasure to talk to you, my man. Yeah, it is a fucking pleasure to see that the humbleness, yeah, the grit, the grind that you guys take to improve and grow in your careers. Ladies and gentlemen, the thing is, and this is the fucking truth, yeah, but to end this show, still got 5 minutes of the show left. To end the show, yeah, I want to say these guys, yeah, guys like Josiah Reyes, guys like Jerome Rivera, who is going to the UFC, no doubt about it. He will get that contract. He will fuck people up in the UFC flyweight division. I suggest UFC flyweights best get ready. And we will see Brandon Royval versus Jerome Rivera too. Yeah, and I think we're owed that. We will, guys like Johnny Munoz, Kid K Vembo, my guy, yeah, the King of the Cage bantamweight champion. Yeah, bro, he is going to the UFC. Jess Martinez, yeah, the UFC is sniffing around for a guy like Jess. There you go, Jess is back. Fucking hell, folks. Jess is back. Jess is fucking back.
Sorry,
Jess,
bro, my freaking phone died. Sorry.
Fuck, bro. Nah, it's not your fault, man. It's not your fucking fault, bro.
I was like oh, he's probably fucking all right. Podcast ended.
Nah, man. I thought I didn't kick you off or nothing, man. I don't fucking want to.
Oh, you're good. Good.
I think, well, just to wrap it up, yeah. But we've touched on a lot of things here, man. Yeah, and I was just saying, bro, and I was just saying, bro, that even while we were frozen, yeah, and disconnected, I got to know the type of guy you are, man. I love it, yeah, bro. I love getting the chance, bro, because all these notable guys, yeah, all these podcasts chat with all these notable guys, all these fucking guys are already in the UFC and all this shit, but they don't know. They don't know, yeah. They don't know what's coming up, man. Yeah.
Oh, that's the thing. That's the greatest feeling, honestly, is I'm coming up from the underground. I feel like an underground rapper just coming up from the underground. It's such a, like I said, it's such a surreal feeling. Even you hitting me up, giving me the opportunity, letting me know I'm kind of still relative, I guess you could say. I just can't wait until I reintroduce myself. Like I said, I don't really need. I have my coaches and my team around me, and they let me know what I'm capable of and not capable of, and they're very realistic with me. But my whole life, I've known what I'm capable of, and I know I can. Anyone you set in front of me for a fight, we're gonna go to war, and it's gonna be good action. I've never had a boring fight, and I'm never plan on being in a boring fight. So, yeah, I don't know. I just can't continue the journey, and we're gonna be straight.
And that is a message. That is a fucking message sent to Legacy. That's a message sent to promoters. I'm gonna tag these fuckers in there, man, because bro, they're gonna smell. They're gonna smell what Jess Martinez is cooking, man. And
That's right.
That's damn cool.
My next fights, I don't really plan on having fill out processes. I don't feel like none of that. Once that bell rings, I'm trying to bring it back like Tyson did in '98. I'm trying to bring back that fucking that mood. That's what I mean. My last 3 amateur careers all ended. Our last amateur fights ended in under a minute. I'm trying to perfect that with the pros too. Any pro fighter that comes in front of me, I'm gonna get you in and out of there. Like I said, my last fight went 15 minutes. That was a little too long for me. I wanna get in there and get out crispy. I've already kind of introduced the war, and I can kind of go through the grit, and I don't mind it. Now I just want to introduce the domination. You know what I mean? Yeah, I want to dominate. No more wars. I want to get some clean, flawless victories. You know, and hopefully I can perform on that and bring that through. I mean, talking's one thing. Fucking, you wait until the bell rings, baby. We shit going. That's what I'm excited for.
Nah, that's not shit talking to me, man. That's pride. That's humbleness. That's eager. You're fucking eager to go in there, yeah, and prove. I mean, folks, this is what promoters look for in a guy, yeah. And bro, I wish you all the best of luck, man, in your career, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Hopefully we can do this again too. Yeah, maybe if I'm having another fight coming up or whenever I do get that contract, I'll hit you up and we can have another little chat and you can get my thoughts on it or whatever. Yeah.
Bro,
I'm out and yeah, enjoy fights and shit tonight too. Fuck, it's gonna be a grass card. I'm gonna be
I wanted to get before you go, Jess. Before you go, my bro.
But if he cannot stay off his back and he can't, you got to be able to out wrestle that fucking Alex dude. That's just how Usman is. He sets up all his takedowns off that wrestling. Khabib is the same exact way. All the same, you know.
I think with Max Holloway and that Volkanovski fight, bro. Yeah. When in the first fight, yeah, it's like when Volkanovski fought Aldo. Aldo was not ready for what Volkanovski was gonna bring, man. Yeah, Volkanovski's a surprising dude. He's as tricky as shit. Yeah, and I think we know what Holloway can bring when Max is at his best.
And everyone's watching Holloway. That Volkanovski guy, he came just how I'm trying to come up off the underground, just popping up off the map out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what I think. That's the best thing. That's the best way to do it in a way. Just look at Connor. He popped up out of the map out of nowhere. Yeah. I mean, even with this, UFC stardom, I guess you would say, it's a short window. I noticed. You know what I mean? Yeah, you gotta make it happen. Yeah. And that's even with the thing, me being 26 now. That's why whenever I do, whichever promoter does hit me up next, I'm probably gonna say yes, and we're gonna keep it flowing from then because I want to make sure I show the world and myself everything I'm capable of before it's all said and done. We still got a lot to witness. There's a lot of untold and unwritten history still to be made. You know what I mean?
Damn right, man. I mean, who do you have winning the bantamweight championship tonight, Jess? Jose Aldo or Diego Petroyan tonight, man?
Ooh, I want to give it to Jose because that's what he's one of the all-time greats. I'm a big fan of a lot of Brazilian fighters, and he's up there with Anderson Silva for me. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Cool.
But I would like to see him take it. But that's another one where it's like this guy's kind of popped up out of nowhere. You know, you said right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. There's a lot of tanks coming out of nowhere, and that's what I feel like a lot of the new generation is. It's just a lot of us are in the rut chilling, and boom, once we kind of get that fight, it's over. Like another big fighter that no one really even, you would think he would be super popular and out there, and I mean he is, but that Cosmo Alexandre, the guy that
Yeah, Cosmo. Yeah.
okay,
the guy who knocked out Sage Northcutt, bro.
knocked his fucking cheekbone in. I was following him. Like, I like to look at his style because he's just a fucking brutal ass kickboxer, amazing combos. But I like to follow him on Insta because he's just awesome motivation too. And that's a stand-up artist like I would want to be like. Fucking so much power in every strike. It's so technical, you know. But I'm surprised he's not even more on the map. That's what I mean. There's so many people all over the world just training, doing it for the love, not even, you know.
Bro, I love watching that one championship, bro, yeah, because guys like Cosmo, bro, and that Muay Thai division, yeah, you watch that Muay Thai division, just it's fucking brutal shit, bro. It's beautiful to watch. Yeah,
That's
bro.
why I mean, you watch the greats in any sport. It's just the combat in general is just so beautiful to watch. It's a beautiful art. If you watch the highest level of it, you'll be amazed every time. You'll see something new every time too. Everyone's always bringing something new to the game, you know.
Yeah, man. It's different if you know what's going on. If you're educated and you've done your homework and you're a martial arts fanatic, bro, and you do your homework, bro, you know what the fuck's happening. You know the techniques. Yeah, bro. Watching it is you're like living it, man. Yeah, you're living it in there with these guys, man. And I think that's what we see with mixed martial arts today, bro. Is that a lot of fans have their opinion, but it's one thing to have an opinion, but to go in there and fucking do it is something else, bro.
And that's the thing too. Just as much as a fan is a fan, or just another fan is a fan of the game or mixed martial arts, I am too. And that's what got me into it, almost being a fan. I mean, my first fight I ever saw was Vitor Belfort and Marvin Eastman, and I saw the split on Marvin Eastman's forehead. It looked like Vitor took an axe to his head, and I was at the time. And after that, I looked at that, and I knew. I think Alberto was the King of the Cage champ at the time. I was like, "Fuck, I do something like that." Like, I think I would want to do something. And after that, like, I honestly never even turned and looked back. Like, I joined wrestling the year after, and yeah, I just kind of kept it flowing and helped these dudes get ready for fights, coming up through the ranks and whatnot. But yeah, it's a trip. Like I said, to think about where it's all started from, because I've literally legit since 5th grade, and I mean, in 2007 or 2008, I think they had me like ranked. I was barely like 14. They had me like ranked as one of the best grapplers in the world during that year. Like, they had it, you know what I mean? So it's just from being I know I'm a top grappler. I know I could be a top fighter too. I know I'm at that caliber. You know what I mean?
You got this, man. Bro, I wish you all the best, man. Yeah, and I'll be vouching the shit for you, yeah, after this show, man. Yeah, because bro,
yeah, I'm gonna make sure I show up for you too whenever that fight day comes, baby. I'm telling you, I'm gonna tag you. I'll be like, I told you I was at bullshit, and I'm fucking coming for it. Gonna be the beginning That it's just a reinstatement, letting people know I'm not really on a hiatus no more. I was chilling because of my injury and whatnot, but the hiatus is over, and I'm ready to get it cracking. Whenever a promoter hits me up or calls my dad, we're gonna make it happen, and let's make a fight happen for sure.
Let's fucking do it, man. Let's fucking
Hell
do
yeah.
it, bro. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Jess Martinez, man. But bro, I hope you enjoy the fights tonight, bro. Sit, relax, yeah, enjoy the weekend, man. And I hope to chat with you real soon again, man. Damn right.
Heck yeah.
And
We will. We will. I enjoyed this interview. I appreciate it a lot. Like I said, taking the time out.
no
I
problem.
enjoyed
I've got a lot more questions for you to answer, my bro. I'll hit you up soon, bro. And thank you so much, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Enjoy the fights. Stay cool. Hell yeah.